Today we're going to touch on an important topic. What makes a man or a woman unattractive? And so, let's begin. Snidely putting down other people for no reason. Especially if the other person was talking about something they're passionate about. That shit hurts my soul. Was in a group of people at a music festival and this guy started talking all about plants and showing me pictures of his. He loves plants. My plants live in spite of me. Anyway, he starts apologizing for talking about plants so much. I told him to stop apologizing, that I absolutely love to hear people talk about things they are passionate about and you should never have to apologize for that. I meant it. Even if it's not my thing, when someone is passionate about something, I could sit and listen for hours, asking questions and learning something new. It's my favorite type of conversations. In fact, we are all planning on going to that festival to meet up next year, and you know what? I'm taking pictures of my plants to show him. This story makes me happy. You deserve a medal. It's likely he's apologizing for his passion because other people have mocked or made fun of him because of it. As someone who was passionate about philosophy in a deeply Christian family, I recognize his behavior. I knew a person in high school, we were in the same friend group. One time she expressed mild excitement over me getting a special edition copy of a book she liked, one of the King Arthur sets and then immediately apologized for her 5 seconds of excitement. I knew it was BC this one girl in the group would put everyone else down for liking things she deemed unimportant. Was a feminist who did that condescendingly gentle I don't care to someone telling a story about going to a presentation by a woman who escaped an honor killing by joining the US military, and I wish back then I'd had the backbone I do know, so I could tell her what a shit person she was for treating her friends and best friend, who got excited about King Arthur, like that. Since I love you all so much and want to keep in touch with you, please subscribe to my channel. I really want to delight you with interesting stories. Speaking down to someone else in order to get the group's attention laugh. I'm that friend that gets shit on by my power trip friend, Yarrow. Can you provide an example of how he shits on you? I used to be that guy, but after a while I learned not to care and be calm, and I always seem to find a witty comeback. Just learn to stay calm and the words will come to you. Also practice eye contact. You'd be surprised how easily you can intimidate a bully simply by maintaining eye contact. Well, I mean, it goes way back. But I'll brief it up for you. He plays a massive ego and puts me down as a result of it. Started going to the gym for like 2 months, got beginner gains, now always talks about shit like I can probably throw you or fight me, you won't. You can't cause you're weak and you'd get shit on. Or like I'll pay you $599 if you beat me in a boxing match. Basically putting me down cause I'm skinny and shit lamau. There's more that doesn't involve fighting. It's kind of like the usual banter that you'd have with the boys, except it crosses into an unfunny condescending way. I'm getting disrespected, though he does show kindness on rare occasions. The problem is, I can't talk back cause then he'd always just what you gonna do about it, you can't do shit, I would beat you up. I would like to say, I know for a fact that he wouldn't, he's not that type of guy, despite how I'm making it sound lamau. Big one. Went to a sporting event with friends once and one of the women in our group did nothing but verbally abuse the waiter at the cafe we went to beforehand. No. You know what, it's fine. Give me my money back, I don't even want it now. And you won't be getting a tip that's gone. Must be sad to be stuck here in life and suck at it. We tipped the waiter really well and apologized profusely. It was beyond ugly and disgusting. Years ago, before meeting a blind date for the first time she told me over the phone that she hoped that I didn't wear glasses because she found them unattractive and couldn't see herself dating a guy with glasses. So, I met her later and she wore glasses. I find hypocrites unattractive now. When they think they know everything or always right. They say they don't like dinosaurs. My dad once told me a story about a woman he was dating. They stopped at Walmart and she needed to pick up fruit. She asks a worker where the mangoes were and they pointed her to the passion fruit. She yelled at them and told them they were an imbecile. As soon as they left, my dad dropped her off and dumped her. So, yeah, being rude to workers is 100% a turn off. Yeah, my answer is basically the same thing. Punching down. Shitting on someone weaker than you is disgusting. Constant whining. What kills me is people who feel the need to voice it, loudly, to strangers. Like I was in a line at a government office recently and some loudmouthed old lady was like, "Oh lord, this line is so long, I'm gonna be here all day," etc. We know, lady, we're all in the same line. This is huge. Don't wait until you're married to decide that you don't like being complained at all day. Poor hygiene. When they test you during a first date. I just wanted to make sure they could do basic algebra. Bad smell. Constantly ripping fat farts and pretending nothing happened. Being a pretentious twat about whatever you're into. For example, if you are really into music and know a lot of obscure bands and musicians. Because of this you stick your nose up and look down on people who have simpler tastes and make this your entire personality. This, heh. I have caught myself accidentally degrading my favorite band when asked about my taste just because it's a popular band. Knowing it's not the individuality they were hoping to hear. Braided nose hair. He likes his noise hair straight and his butt hair braided. Lying is a huge one for me. I find it particularly frustrating when people exaggerate or skew the truth to try to make themselves seem more important or impressive. It just screams insecurity and unhappiness with themselves. I find this a lot in dating and I am instantly turned off. Just be real about who you are and own it. Men who have no intellectual curiosity, don't like to learn about things, are proud of not having read a book since they were in school. Women too, just curiosity in general really. I find that really attractive in people. The worst thing one can be is incurious. Worshipping a politician. This has reached disastrous proportions in the last decade. It's to the point people can't even discuss real issues without political figure side toxicity taking over the conversation. I can talk only about women. But if I'm in the pub waiting in line and you are trying to cut in the queue, that's an instant turn off. Women without basic manners. Entitlement is ugly for anyone. When they're incapable of maintaining a simple conversation. Is that hard to talk to me without going through your phone? Is your life that boring? Is my company that despicable? Finally, someone who thinks just like me. If I'm talking to someone and he start using his phone way too much, I stop immediately. I consider this act as disrespectful lack of manners. Am I the only one who thinks it's super rude to be on your phone on a date? Being rude to waiters. I agree with you 100%. Generally speaking, down to anyone who is serving them is a massive red flag to me, as they are briefly showing their true colors. Making fun of disabled people. Hello again to everyone. I'm just making an edit here to respond to everyone under this comment, cause there are too many. Haha, joking about oneself who is disabled is way far from different than making fun of somebody who is disabled. I don't think anyone would want to go out or even hang out with somebody who mocks people for something they can't control. It's a giant red flag and childish. What about a paraplegic that tells you a paraplegic joke? Where can you find a paraplegic? Exactly where you left them. From that French film, Can't He Mind the Name, when my mum had cancer we were always making cancer jokes, her mostly. It's a coping mechanism. Not having a sense of humor is the worst. I will 100% date the less attractive guy I can laugh with or makes me laugh than someone who's really hot but dry and too serious. Whoa, dry is its own field of humor. And it is the epitome. My roommate is physically attractive, available, and obviously in close proximity, but I'm not buying what she's selling. Somehow nothing is ever her fault. This is odd because she's quite careless and ignorant in ways that lead to more than her share of mistakes, misadventures, and outright disasters. I know it's a defense mechanism, but her inability to see inward and tolerate moments of self-doubt makes her entirely unrelatable. I can't imagine her in a romantic way or think of her as a sexual being. She's like an alien. I know my subscribers are the most attractive and polite. If you want more stories, go to my other videos.